Hi, my name is Sophie Cohen, and I will be discussing the five concepts I was assigned to in Chapter 10 Dynamics of Interpersonal Relationships, which are intensifying, metacommunication, openness, closeness, dialectic, predictability, novelty, dialectic, and relational maintenance. Intensifying is a relational stage following experimenting in which the interactants move toward integration by increasing their amount of contact and the breadth and depth of their self disclosure. Hi, Jessica. How's everything? I'm so happy I was able to run into you today. I loved being able to take you out to the movies the other night. And side note, you look very pretty today. Aw, thanks, Jack. I had a lot of fun too. Thanks for everything. The Barbie movie was so funny. What are your plans this Friday night? My family is coming into town and I would love for you to come and join us for dinner on Friday. Oh my gosh. Did she just invite me to go eat with her family? This is so exciting. I don't know how to contain my excitement. Sounds great. I'll be there. I would love to meet your family. I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you so much for the invite. I'll see you on Friday. Intensifying is a time of relational excitement and euphoria. It works differently for friendships and romantic relationships, but in both cases, there are signs that show a relationship is becoming more intense. In this romantic relationship, tokens of affection, such as flirting, which Jack does when he calls Jessica pretty, and her responding by wanting to spend more time together and inviting him only to meet her family, is a sign of a relationship intensifying. His starstruck gaze shows that he is catching feelings that only we, the audience, knows about, and her reciprocating the desire for him to meet her family shows that things are getting more serious. Metacommunication describes messages that refer to other messages. Metacommunication is communication about communication. Whenever you discuss a relationship with others, you are ultimately metacommunicating. Jack, I had such a good time when you came to have dinner with my family the other night, and I appreciated how open and polite you were with them. It was really important to me. I did notice that you cut me off when I mentioned you were taking a year off work to figure out what you wanted to do with your life. And I realized you seemed a little bit upset after that. Were you upset at that? Did I do anything to upset you? Let's talk about it. Wow, Jess. Oh my gosh. It's like you know my emotions when I don't even speak them. No, I was not upset at you. Sorry if I made it seem that way. I guess I just didn't want your family to be hesitant about our relationship since I am currently unemployed. I was embarrassed, not upset. I appreciate you saying something about this. I feel like now is the time to establish how we feel about certain things so that we could avoid arguments and conversations of tension in the future. You really are the best. I'm really happy to hear that you weren't upset. And if you ever feel like I'm invading your privacy by talking about things you don't necessarily feel like talking about with others, feel free to talk to me about it, and I'll make sure not to do so. Just know my family still really enjoyed your company and would like to do it again. Oftentimes, meta communication can help discussions run a lot more smoothly. However, it isn't a common feature, and in this case, Jessica had noted Jack's nonverbal reaction about a comment she made and decided to ask him about it in order to enhance their face to face conversations. Her just asking what was going on and his compliance of explaining how he felt and how he was grateful for her knowing what his emotions were was a breath of fresh air to him. He was seemingly reluctant to bring up an awkward moment, which is a common occurrence within relationships. However, this scenario shows that it ultimately really does enhance relationships. She noticed the nonverbal cue he gave off at her family's dinner and decided to work together and talk about it in order to keep on with the civility of their new romantic relationship. Openness, closeness, dialectic is the tension between the desire to be honest and open and the desire for privacy. It's ultimately an internal struggle between expression and privacy. A question that may describe this concept is: what do you do in an intimate relationship when a person you care about asks an important question that you necessarily would not want to answer? Jack and Jessica just recently moved in together as they have now been dating for a year. Sundays are Jessica's favorite day of the week, and she likes to spend her Sundays with Jack playing with her dog outside and inviting her friends to come over with their dogs so that they can all chat about their week, while Jack usually cooks on the grill for them and sticks around to play with the dogs as well. It's Sunday, and her friends have not arrived yet, and Jessica seems to really think that Jack enjoys the Sundays they spend together. Because of this, Jessica always requests that he stays home on Sundays so that her friends could become closer to him. Here, Jack is getting his weekly phone call from his old college friend Zach, asking him to come over and watch Sunday football with all the guys. Jessica can't hear him because she's too busy playing with the new dog, but he steps away and takes the phone call. Hey Zach, I guess it's another weekend of me not coming to watch football with all of you. I feel like I'd hurt Jessica if I do so, as much as I'd love to sit on the couch with you guys like the good old days. I miss those times. I'd much rather be doing that than this today. Guess it's another Sunday of me putting a smile on my face and being here for Jessica's time with her friends. Maybe I'll talk about it with her eventually, but I know she'll get upset since we have the new dog and everything. I'll talk to you later this week though so we can catch up. Luckily, I get to watch the games in the background while they talk and gossip about their week, I guess. We'll see how this one goes. Anyways, bye. Jack is clearly upset after that phone call because he keeps missing his time with his friends. However, he plans on brushing it off and continuing their day since he has to help prepare for her friends to arrive shortly and doesn't want any arguments. Jack, are you excited for them to come over? You usually have a good time, right? These Sundays are the best. They should be here in about an hour. Uh, yeah, I do have fun. Do you usually have a good time? That sounded a little bit hesitant. Are you upset? Yeah, all is good. My mind was just preoccupied by what I was going to make for lunch today. Things like, I feel like I'd hurt Jessica if I do, and his reluctance to responding to her question about him having fun, as well as the expression of anger on his face when he realizes that he does have to stay home on Sunday, are all examples of this concept. In this intimate relationship, Jack is internally struggling with expressing to Jessica how he hopes to hang out with his guy friends on Sunday to watch football rather than stay home with her friends, which he quite frankly doesn't really enjoy. Her asking him if he usually has a good time makes him have to choose between his desire to go be with his friends and avoiding hurting Jessica's feelings. Wise communicators make choices about what they will and won't share with loved ones, usually for the other person's sake, which is portrayed when he responds that he does have a good time, which shows that he chose to not be so honest and keep that conversation with Zach private. The definition of predictability novelty dialectic is within a relationship, the tension between the need for a predictable relational partner and one who is more spontaneous and less predictable. Right now it's Friday and it's 5 p.m., and Jack and Jessica are watching TV. Jessica then remembers that they were invited to a karaoke themed birthday party that night and decides that she wants to bring it up to Jack. Jack, I just remembered we should start getting ready. We completely forgot that Cindy and James invited us to go do karaoke with them at our favorite restaurant tonight. We should start getting ready now. I was hoping you'd forgot about that. I was hoping that we'd just stay in and watch TV or something. I'm not really in the mood for karaoke tonight. Jack, this is becoming very upsetting. This is the fourth week in a row that you decide you want to stay in rather than go out and socialize and have fun together with our friends. What happened to the spontaneous and outgoing guy I met a while back? I'm done. This time, I'm not staying in. I'm getting very bored of this. I'll go by myself. Jessica is fuming with anger as she is bored of sitting on their couch instead of being with friends week after week. She is bored of having the same conversation about work with every Friday with him just because he
Jessica
wants to stay
announcing
home
that
and
she is
watch
bored
TV
of staying
instead.
home
And having the same repetitive conversation over and over expresses her desire for spontaneous and adventurous moments with Jack. It causes arguments, which is common, especially within marriages. Instead of doing what is predicted, which is to stay home and watch TV on Fridays, she wants novelty and do the fun things they used to do, like karaoke. Relational maintenance is communication aimed at keeping relationships operating smoothly and satisfactorily. Here, Jessica just receives a job offer and realizes that she can't accept it until she talks to her significant other, Jack, about how he feels about it too. Jack, turns out I got the job. I haven't accepted it yet because I wanted to see how you felt about it first. I'm so happy for you. The rest we can figure out later. This won't affect us. Jessica's honesty and Jack's ecstatic response emphasizes their desire for relational maintenance.